Hello friends, if you're preparing for the IELTS reading test, you have probably come across the question type that many students struggle with: true, false, and not given. It's Abra here with another IELTS video. In this video, I'm going to explain what each of these means. Also, I'm going to show you how to answer these questions correctly and share with you a few useful tips to avoid mistake. So let's get started. Now, why is it important to understand the difference between true, false, and not given? Because many students are confused between them. So if you know the difference between them, it improves your accuracy. You are able to do it without any difficulty. So let's have a look at the definition of true in this context. So if it is true, it means the statement matches the information in the passage. Okay? The statement in the question agrees with the information in the passage. So you need to focus on the meaning. If, keywords match, it might be misleading at times. So you need to focus on the meaning. If the meaning in the question completely matches with the meaning of the statement in the passage. So if the meaning completely matches between the statement and the statement or the sentence in the passage, it's true. Let's have a look at the example of true. Okay? So the statement in the question says, as you can see here, the Eiffel Tower was finished in 1889. Now, let's take a look at what the passage says. As you can see at the top, the Eiffel Tower was completed in 1889 and has become one of the most visited monuments in the world. So as you can see, the subject is the same, the Eiffel Tower. So it completely matches. Now, completed, finished is replaced with completed in the passage. Again, it matches in terms of meaning because both of them are the same in terms of meaning. Also, the year matches. So this is true. Why? Because the meaning matches 100%. Let's have a look at some more examples of true. The statement here is, some children travel long distances on foot to attend school. Okay? Now, let's have a look at the passage. Let's see what the passage says. Children in rural areas often walk several miles to get to school every day. Again, look at this. Some children in rural areas, okay, say long distances. On foot, walk several miles. So long distances, several miles to get to school every day, to attend school. Okay, so this also matches. So it's about children, it's about traveling, it's about going to school. Okay, so it's true. So this is clearly supported by the sentence in the passage. Okay, several miles, long distances mean the same idea. Now let's try to understand what false means in this type of question. It means that the statement clearly contradicts the passage. So two things are opposed to each other. That means the question says one thing and the passage said something entirely different. Okay, so the information is mentioned, but it's wrong. You may have similar kind of information in the passage, okay, but it's wrong. Let's see some of the examples. The question says, the museum opens at 9 a.m. The museum opens at 9 a.m. In the passage, you find the sentence which says the museum opens at 10 a.m. So 9 and 10, yeah, they are not the same information. So it's clearly false. The text says something different. As you can see, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Let's try to comprehend not given, because most of the students get confused between false and not given. They're not able to draw clear distinction between these two. So let's try to do away with the confusion here. The passage does not include this information at all. That means the statement in the question says something, but the passage does not let you confirm this information. It doesn't say anything about it. It means there is no way you can confirm this information. Let's look at some of the examples. So in the question, you see the museum opens every day of the year. Okay, it opens every day. In the passage, you find the museum opens at 10 a.m. So the question is about every day, and the passage only talks about when it opens. Doesn't say anything related to every day. So it's clearly not given, because the passage does not give you information to confirm whether it opens every day or not. Let's look at some of the examples so as to be clear about it. Let's look at the first statement. All birds can fly. It means, all birds can fly is there in the statement. Now, in the passage, you find most birds can fly. But most birds and all birds are not the same. All birds means 100%. Most birds means maybe 80%, 90%, but not 100%. So, but penguins and ostriches cannot. So it's false. Because the statement and the sentence in the passage do not agree with each other. The contrary. So it's false. Not all birds can fly. Let's have a look at the second statement. The author never mentions pollution. It's in the statement. Let's see what the passage says. The author briefly discusses environmental issues, including pollution. Okay, it's false. Why? Because the statement say the writer never talks about it. But in the passage say the writer includes something about pollution. It briefly touches about pollution. So it's false. Let's look at the third statement here. Children under 12 receive free meals on flights. Under 12. So you can do one thing. You can underline children, 12, free meals. Okay, these are the keywords that will help you to focus on the meaning. Now, in the passage, you see the airline provides complimentary meals to all passengers during international flights. Now, it says all passenger, but the passage is completely silent about children under 12. It doesn't say anything about children. So there is no way that you can confirm whether it's free or not for children who are under 12. So it's not given. So the passenger says all passengers get meals, but doesn't mention anything specific about children. And there is no way to confirm. Okay? So what kind of a strategy should you stick to? You can ask yourself, if you read the information, you should ask yourself, is this information in the text? If yes, is it the same or opposite? If it is the same, it's true. If it is the opposite, it's false. And if the text does not say anything about it, it doesn't tell you anything about what the question is asking, there is no way you can confirm it, then it's not given. Okay, let's have a quick test here. So question number one says, question number one here, adults must pay for entry. Now, let's look at the passage. Children under 12 enter for free. Now, the passage talks about children, and here the question is about adults. So there is no way you can confirm the information about adult. So it's not given. Let's look at question number two here. Teenagers must pay. Now again, the question is about teenagers, and the passage tells you something about children. So there is no way to confirm whether or not teenagers need to pay. So it's not given. Let's look at question number three here. Children age 10 don't pay. Now see, children in the question, in the passage also it's about children. Okay? The question is about children under 10, and here in the passage you find children under 12. Under 12 means 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, yeah, and so on. So the meaning of the question completely matches with the meaning of the text. Okay? So it's true. So let me give you some tips to succeed in this type of question. Don't use outside knowledge. Don't use anything from your mind. Yeah? You need to focus on the meaning in the statement and meaning of the sentence given in the passage. You must focus on what is stated. And you should read carefully, and you must look for synonyms and paraphrasing. That helps you to understand it better. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share it if you find it useful. I would also request you to please share with your friends who might be preparing for the IELTS exam. And here is the link of my YouTube channel.